Hi everybody, welcome back to Sunshine Soap and Candle Company. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make an emulsified brown sugar scrub. Over the years I've gotten lots of requests for this type of formula, and I thought with the fall coming up this would be a perfect time to formulate a brown sugar scrub, and I have to tell you, I think I've outdone myself on this one. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my full visual process and step-by-step tutorial of how to put together this brown sugar scrub. And if you would like the full recipe plus percentages and a full written step-by-step detailed tutorial plus links to where to purchase all the supplies and materials to make this project, please head on over to my Patreon campaign. The link to my campaign will be in the description box below. This is considered August's bonus formula, so it will be available at the $7 level. But guess what? You can actually access every formula I've ever posted at the $7 level, so I hope that you'll go and check it out, because right now there are hundreds of formulas. We build upon the library weekly, and we have been doing this now for 5 years, so there are hundreds of formulas to take advantage of, all in the hair care, skin care, candle making, and soap making areas. Upon sign up, you'll also be receiving a coupon code to both makesy.com and onlinelabels.com. Those are exclusive coupons just for my patrons at sign up, making your sign up very well worth it, so I hope you'll come check it out. All right, let's get started. All right, so an emulsified sugar scrub is a sugar scrub that actually kind of acts like an exfoliant and a lotion. And what that does is it contains emulsifiers, meaning it's going to rinse off your skin cleanly in the shower. It's not going to have any floating oils in the formula, and it's not going to leave any oily residue on your skin or in the shower or bathtub. So they're really nice to have around, and they leave your skin exfoliated but not greasy feeling, and also very soft and smooth like a lotion. And the reason we have decided to use brown sugar today is because it adds a little bit different of a skin feel than granulated white sugar. A granulated white sugar is great. It's an amazing product for sugar scrubs and emulsified sugar scrubs. The brown sugar is just a different option, giving you more of a soft feel. It's got a small grain compared to white granulated sugar. It's a finer grain, and therefore it's a little softer on your skin. So the rates by which you add the sugar are going to be a little bit different depending on what type that you're using. This formula is broken down into 3 phases. I already have weighed off my mango butter, so I have some mango butter in there. The mango butter is going to add some moisturizing properties to this formula, as well as giving the formula some stiffness and thickness so that it sets up nicely. So we're going to go ahead and add to this mango butter with the phase A ingredients. So the phase A ingredients are going to be cetyl alcohol, BTMS 50, and mango butter. You could substitute this with cocoa butter if you want. So cetyl alcohol, we're going to go ahead and add in some cetyl alcohol to give this a nice and silky skin feel. It's also going to help this product to rinse off nicely. The cetyl alcohol will help also with the thickness of this formula, but it gives the formula just a really nice silky skin feel, a very luxurious feeling. So I recommend using the cetyl alcohol in this formula because it's an inexpensive ingredient, and it really does a lot to make it feel luxurious and silky. So we're going to go ahead and add in our cetyl alcohol. And then to the cetyl alcohol, we're going to be adding in an emulsifier. And the emulsifier of choice today is BTMS 50. Now, BTMS 50 is also going to add thickness and hardness to this formula, and it's going to help us not have any floating oils in the scrub. BTMS 50 is also a cationic ingredient, so that means it's going to add to the conditioning properties of this. So if you think about how your hair feels when you rinse off hair conditioner, a cream conditioner, your skin's going to feel very similar to that, more like a body conditioner in this case when you go to rinse off the scrub after you've used it on your skin. So the BTMS 50 in combination with the cetyl alcohol gives us a very luxurious skin feel, and also helps the formula to set up in thickness. You could use another emulsifier if you didn't want to use BTMS 50 or don't have it. You could use a regular emulsifying wax or a Polo wax, but this is not going to feel exactly the same because again, the BTMS 50 is conditioning and cationic. And it just makes a huge difference. It makes it feel cream-like, lotion-like on your skin and rinses off, leaving you feeling very silky smooth. Okay, so here are my phase A ingredients. So what I need to do is go ahead and melt these down before we start in on the phase B ingredients. So I'll bring you back when this is all melted down. I prefer to melt this in the microwave because BTMS 50 has a hard time melting down on a double boiler type system. It just doesn't really ever get hot enough to melt completely down. So it's a good idea to put this into a microwave, or if you have if you're using a glass container, you can put it in even in the oven if you have a heat-proof glass container to melt down that BTMS 50. All right, so phase A is all melted down. As you can see, it starts to set up very quickly. You can see some little chunks in here that I've already started to kind of set up, and that's okay. Not a big deal at all, but we're gonna go ahead and start adding in our phase B ingredients right away. So the first thing we're gonna do is add in some jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is excellent for the skin. It's got a really great lightweight feel to it, and it is really close to our own skin sebum, therefore making it an excellent choice to balance out your own skin. And it just has a really actually nice luxurious skin feel all on its own. So we're adding this in. And then next we're going to go ahead and add in some virgin macadamia oil. This is high in antioxidants, it's lightweight, it's known for its skin firming properties, but it's just a nice lightweight overall luxurious feeling oil as well. You could swap out the jojoba oil and the macadamia nut oil for any other type of light carrier oil of your choice. Grapeseed oil would be a good, like, inexpensive alternative. Sunflower oil would be a good, inexpensive alternative. And that's it for phase B. And as you can see, it's starting to set up. Not a big deal at all. Just going to go ahead and mix in the phase B ingredients here. Make sure everything gets well combined. And then we're going to go ahead and add in the phase C ingredients. That includes my preservative, fragrance, and then of course the brown sugar. So I have been experimenting with different fragrances in this formula, and the white pumpkin and amber fragrance from Nature's Garden works really well. It just really blossoms in this formula. It's called White Pumpkin and Amber, and out of the bottle it smells totally different than it does in this product. So I'm liking that one, but today I'm going to be using a different one. So first we're going to go ahead and put in our preservative. Then I'm going to go ahead and place in the fragrance oil that we're using today. Today I'm going to be using the Marshmallow Fireside by Midwest Fragrance Company. I want to try it out in this formula, and I love this one. This is the best marshmallow kind of fragrance I've ever used, and it doesn't smell overly sweet. I know sometimes you're probably thinking, oh, marshmallow smells so sweet, and I don't like overly sweet fragrances, but the Marshmallow Fireside has notes of cedar in it, and it just really complements the kind of marshmallowy top notes. So it smells like kind of like outside when you're camping and you're roasting marshmallows, because you're just getting some of those outdoorsy kind of cedar notes. and also just the sweet kind of roasted marshmallow smell. Super good. So this would be a great one for the fall. So all I'm doing is combining in the fragrance oil here with the preservative and just making sure I'm breaking up any chunks that may be forming before adding in the sugar. I already have the sugar weighed out. Brown sugar can be a little bit tricky to add because you want to make sure that it is not all clumped up. So you really need to work on breaking up any of the clumps that might form before you do this. Okay, so next up is my brown sugar. I'm just using regular old store-bought brown sugar. I'm going to be adding a little bit here at a time in, and then giving it a good stir to combine. This will also help me break up any chunks that might try to form with that brown sugar, adding it in a little bit at a time. Just kind of using my spatula as well to push this down against the sides and the bottom, just to make sure we're getting all those chunks. I'm just going to be adding in little bits of sugar at a time. Sugar scrubs are a nice, like, economical thing to make, especially depending on what oils you choose to use, because they really are comprised mostly of sugar, which is an inexpensive ingredient. And it can be found at the grocery store. You gotta be careful when you're making this not to eat it, because it does really resemble a baked good, and it smells like a baked good. That white pumpkin and amber, ooh, it smells so good in this one. And there, it's all mixed in now. So the last thing that we want to do is go ahead and package this up, and then I'll show you a finished one and give you a little bit of a use demo. Right, so after this kind of sets up or cools down to room temperature, it does set up to a harder consistency. So I'll show you a finished batch as well, but I was going to show you how I'm going to package this up. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put it into an 8-ounce PET container. Looks like this. It's a wide mouth. And I'm going to go ahead and try something here. I don't think this is very practical because it's not going to stay in this shape, but I'm going to try scooping it with the ice cream scooper into my container here. I'm doing it for the Instagram so I can get some nice pictures, but this will not stay this consistency, just so you know. Over the course of 24 hours, it does harden up. But it is nice and scoopable at the moment. And I imagine if you just allow it to set up like this, it will stay in this scooped shape. There we go. And I'll just put one scoop on top. Make it look real cute. That one just fell right in. All right, perfect. There, then I can take some cute aesthetic photos for my social medias, but that's what it looks like. And I'll bring you right back to show you a finished batch, one that's all hardened up, as well as a little bit of a use demo. All right, so here is some of my own that I've been using, really liking. I just wanted to show you what it looks like after it's had a few days to a week to set up. So it is a harder consistency, although still totally like scoopable. I like harder type scrubs because I like them to stay in the container. I don't like worrying about them leaking out, especially if it's a product that you're going to ship. And also, they're easier to scoop out. They don't kind of drip through your fingers and such. So I like kind of a little bit of a harder texture, but this is still very scoopable, but not going to fall out. To me, this is the perfect consistency. However, if you wanted it to be a little thinner, you could certainly experiment with your liquid oil ratios. All right, so let me go ahead and give you a demonstration of how this works. Go ahead and wet my hands. It's becoming one of my favorite products to use, to be perfectly honest. It feels so good. Do a little bit closer here. Now right away you're going to see this turn creamy, and it's just emulsifying with the water that's on my skin. It's just a beautiful sugar. Still has plenty of exfoliation, so don't let the brown sugar kind of fool you to think that there's not going to be as much exfoliation as a white sugar scrub. It certainly is very exfoliating. It just feels a little softer on your skin. Now the magic is when you add a little bit of water here, and as you can see, it turns beautifully creamy and lotion-like on your skin. And this feels much like an exfoliant, as well as, to me, like a shower body conditioner. I also have a body conditioner formula on my campaign as well, if you're interested in taking a look at that. It feels kind of like an exfoliator slash polisher, because check that out. It turns into a beautiful kind of cream conditioner on your skin once all that sugar is dissolved, and you're just continue to rub it in like a lotion. Super gorgeous. Now let me show you this rinse off. Look at my hands. It just feels so good and creamy. So once you rinse off, it just rinses very cleanly off your skin because of the emulsifiers used. And you're just left with beautifully conditioned, soft and silky skin. Again, it feels much like a body conditioner. And I think the combination is lovely. And this one was made with the white pumpkin and amber, which smells so good in here. It just really blooms. So good. So this would be a great one for the fall. All right, everybody, that's how you make an emulsified brown sugar scrub. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Leave me some questions and comments below. That really means a lot to me. Share this video with a friend, and why not subscribe to my channel? All right, everybody, catch you on the next video. Bye. Keep shining.